Good afternoon. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's important for me to be out here and be able to address everyone, let everyone get a chance to see what's going to lead this city going forward. I'm Sheriff T.K. Waters, and I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce our community to our command staff, to the staff that's going to help us lead the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in the future and into a new direction. Our goal is to make every member of Duval County safe and to make sure Jacksonville continues to grow into the city that we know it can be. How are we going to do it? We're going to hold criminals accountable. If you come to Jacksonville, you decide you want to commit crime, or if you live here, you want to commit crime, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to build trust and partnership with our community through transparency and strong outreach. We're going to focus on our police and our corrections and our civilian staff, who are the backbone of this agency, and make it run. We're going to redeploy our patrol officers using current population maps, focusing on making our patrol areas of responsibility smaller for faster response times and work closer with our community. We're going to grow our police department and corrections force to match the growing needs of Jacksonville and this community. Jacksonville is the largest city in the continental United States and the 12th largest in the nation by population. Our agency must continue to grow with it. I would like to highlight a few of our servant leaders we have on this command staff. And when I call them out, please step forward, because I think it's important for people to get a chance to see who you are. Patrol and Enforcement Director Joe Cowan. Joe Cowan is a 26-year veteran with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and he is a Major General serving currently United States military, United States Army. Zone 5 Assistant Chief John Barrier, 15 years with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, currently serving as a Major in the United States Army. Community Engagement Assistant Chief Morris Halyard, 13 years at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and a former Army Ranger. Assistant Chief over our Narcotics and Vice Section, Edwin Baggs Cayenne. He passed on the FBI because he loves Jacksonville and this agency. I have one problem with Baggs. He's a Jets fan. We got to fix that. Don't like that here. And finally, Assistant Chief Dan Shelton. He's a chief of our Property Crime Section in our Investigations Division. 20 years in the United States Navy, Senior Chief. I highlight those individuals because I want Jacksonville to know that we're full of servant leaders. This agency is going to thrive, it's going to move forward, and we're going to take care of the city the way it should be taken care of. Finally, I want to leave you this one point. It's a very important point. The current staff of the JSO, the command staff, makes up 1,002 years of law enforcement experience. That's 1,002 years of law enforcement experience. And we are going to do what's necessary to make sure that every member of this community is safe and we take care of it, Jacksonville, the way it should be taken care of. Thank you for coming out, and I'll answer any questions.
Sheriff, just real quick, you mentioned you were going to redeploy the patrol, redesign the patrol.
That's correct.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Are we going to go at the same zones, or how's that going to work?
We're in the process. We're going to look at it all, Jim. We're going to start with our population and let our population guide how our zone boundaries, meaning we want our population equally distributed amongst our zones, and then deploy our manpower that way.
What, is it more patrol on the streets? I'm just trying to figure out how that's going to work.
It's going to allow us to get closer to our community. It may end up even be a larger zone, another zone, but it's going to allow us to get closer to our community, work in smaller areas of responsibility to be able to deliver quicker and more efficient service. And when you do that, you build relationships. You get stronger because people are able to see you more.
If they're going to be smaller areas, that going to require more officers being hired?
Eventually, we're going to have to, when I said we are the 12th largest city in this country, we are, and we have to grow with it. The city is growing, by leaps and bounds, and we have to continue to grow with it. So yes, it will eventually.
Sheriff, with these changes, when do you expect to see a decline in our murder rate? If you give me a date, or whether that be in your next term, if re-elected, when do you expect these changes will impact the murder rate?
The murder rate is a fluctuating thing. So when we build our relationships, when we deploy in our community, when we get our community members to buy into what we're trying to do and build stronger trust, they're going to be partners with us through this process. It's going to work.
Sheriff, you mentioned and emphasized transparency and outreach into the community. Can you elaborate
I just want I want the people to get the information quicker. I want us to be able to show you the ins and outs of the agency, what really happens here. Because I think for a long time, there's been a defining of the agency outside of it. Well, we want to define it from the inside out, so people will have a chance to see what really goes on here.
Can you describe what that is? Like, how would you do that?
There's a lot of different ways. We'll talk more, Jim.
When you're looking out to, the next election in March, Lakeisha Burton just announced she'll be running against you again in that election. What's sort of the metric you're looking at that you want to be able to come back to voters and say, we succeeded here? What's sort of the top line goal of measurable change you hope to enact before that election?
Thanks, Jake. So you just heard a lot of it. But I'll say this: the community spoke loud and clear in the primary. They spoke loud and clear in the general, and we'll let them speak loud and clear again. They want me here, and we're going to do what's necessary to continue to work this agency the way it should be done. We'll worry about an election stuff later. But I think it's important that we focus on, safeguarding this city.
Thank you.
On that,
Thanks, Al.
You have your legs, your knees back.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, we're gonna move over to that corner office and grab y'all one at a time. Jeff, Dan?